Hey everybody, it's Jeff with ID10T Garage, and in this week's episode on the 71 Torino GT, we're going to replace the carburetor. So let's get to it.
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stop.
Hey folks, I'm back. So, I told you in the last episode that we had some more stuff to do on the floors before we can get to anything else. Well, screw that. I don't feel like doing that right now. I gotta get the seatbelt brackets. I ordered one from a Mustang to see if it's gonna work on the passenger side. I just gotta weld those two things in, start cleaning things up, get this other seat mounted and stuff like that. But today, I decided we're gonna put the new carb on here. So what I have is a Holley double pumper that God knows how it's set up. It causes problems all the time. And I've got a Edelbrock 1406 to put on here. So we're going to start pulling this apart, get everything taken off, and get this Edelbrock on here, and hopefully everything works out. So let's get to it. One thing to keep in mind when you're doing this, always take pictures. Take pictures of your linkage, take pictures of where your hoses are. That way you can identify where they go on the new carburetor. It's easy to lose track of what's what, so always take photos. Alright, we got the carb off, no problem. Basically, we have a transmission vacuum line that we got to figure out where to do with. There's a vacuum line that goes directly into the intake right here for the PCV and stuff like that. Got to clean this place off. The Edelbrock 1406 should go on there nicely. I got my fuel line piece already attached. What was really strange is this had like 4 gaskets on it underneath this carb, which is probably why it had issues. It was probably causing it to leak a little bit. Hard to say, but that's the way it goes sometimes. So we're going to get this on here and go from there. Alright, we got it on, but we've got to get a couple of things before we can really set this up. So I've got to replace the manifold vacuum port to fit this hose. I got to get a bit longer PCV hose to go on the front, and I got to get a cap for the timed vacuum advance on the front of this carb. So about to run to O'Reilly's and then come back to it. Alright, got some vacuum caps. Got a new adapter that we can put on now for the back for that C4 line, and some more vacuum line tube for the PCV valve to reroute that. So we're going to finish this up and see if we can get this bad boy started. All right, I think we've got everything. We got all our vacuum lines where they need to be. We ran some wires for the choke. It smells like we're getting fuel, so time to try to start it up. Well, it was running, and I thought I was having a successful test drive real quick, and it died on the way out. Got to a point, and maybe I don't think I was getting enough fuel. Now the battery's dead, so I can't even get it started. So I gotta sit here for a little while and charge the battery and see if I can get her started back up. So fun times. Hey guys, so as we left off, you saw that basically I stranded it outside of the garage. I had to get it, really worked back up, but we've got it running now. So I'm going to kind of go over some of the things that we ran into that I might have not caught in the videos. So it's just around here and just kind of overview a little bit. It's not perfect. I still got some tuning to do. I think I'm getting too much fuel, but I had to switch back to the stock fuel configuration. So when I was originally had the fuel line, the hard line on there, it was leaking like crazy. So we originally had to take that off and fix that. There was a vacuum leak in the back in the brung that I had to JB weld back shut. So there was a crack there. So we got that JB welded, and that way we no longer have a vacuum leak. So, and then just some general carb tuning. Got it running at about 800 RPMs, 800, 900, probably about 600 when we're actually in gear. So it's running up and down the road quite well for the most part, but we're getting a little bit of backfire through the intake. As you kind of saw when we first started up and got that nice little flame, but it's running a lot better now. Better than the Holly. So that's where we stand. We're going to continue to work on this thing. I just want to give you guys a quick overview of what we've kind of run into with getting this new carburetor on here. So, but all right, we'll be back to it soon. This is not how you're supposed to start your Saturdays. Test drive failed, ran it out of gas. So now I'm waiting for the battery charge after putting gas in it.
Emotional, damn it!
Alright everybody, after some more tuning, which I didn't record because I didn't want to just sit there be twisting a freaking screw constantly and having you guys have to watch that. I mean, like, what's the use of that? But after the tuning, things are running smoothly. I got it to stop backfiring, and essentially what it was, I changed the accelerator pump to the innermost spot, redid my tuning on it from a turn and a half out, which ended up, I think, about a turn and 3/4 out is where I ended up setting it. And I adjusted the idle screw so where I'm idling at about 1,000 RPMs now, which is giving me about 600-700 RPMs when in gear. And it's running up and down the road. I'm not doing any kind of backfiring. So far so good. I'll need to test drive it again. I like to do it a couple days in a row. That way, some days it's just a good day. And maybe I just got lucky. But tomorrow could be a different story. But she's up and running smoothly, smoother than ever before. The only problem, the choke isn't quite working right. I don't know what the hell's going on. It seemed to work when I first put it on, but I'm not getting my fast idle when I first start the car. So I'm not really sure what the fuck's going on there. But we'll figure it out. This is probably going to be the end of this episode. I was going to start doing some welding, some more work on the floor, but I forgot a part. So, I didn't forget a part. I forgot that I left the gaps in the toe boards. So that's something that we got to do. But I don't see the point in putting that in this video when this has basically just been a carb swap video. So we'll see you soon, though. Hey, thanks everybody for tuning into this week's episode. It was a lot of work, a lot of ups and downs. We saw that there was 4 gaskets on there, which kind of scared me a little bit. I'm thinking maybe the manifold was warped. We cracked the back of the brung where the one vacuum tube was and had to JB weld it. But we got everything together. And after everything's said and done, quite a few adjustments. We've got the car running and driving like it's never drove before. So I'm very happy with the results overall. And we can get back to more welding next week. So, like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you again. Peace.
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping out.